Hello and welcome to Out of Curiosity with Mz.ChiGurl. And I'm your host, Mz.ChiGurl. Hi, everybody. And it is so great to be here again, sharing content with you. Haven't been able to do it for a while because, like I told you the last time I spoke, I was having health issues. And so I had to undergo surgery. But believe me, I wanted to get content out to you and actually tried to shoot something for you that was like a 5 minute snippet of my first outing out after surgery. And I just had technical difficulties. So I apologize. And that's why I'm here for you today, trying to get out this content so that you can see about everything that I've been doing since I'm going through my recovery. So, first, let's talk about my first outing. My first outing, I went out with Sid, our HR specialist, and we decided to try some Thai food. Let me see if I can share that video for you so you guys can see what she and I were having. Okay, here it is. It doesn't look like I will be able to actually provide you with the audio, so I'm going to have to do the talking. So this is me just taking some pictures because I went to the beauty shop and thought I was doing it. And I think I was looking really nice. And so here is the beginning of the Side Thai Eatery, which is the name of the restaurant we went downtown to 13th and Michigan. That's South Loop near downtown for those of you who aren't aware. So you're going to have some parking issues as far as trying to find parking because there's street parking. This was the first dish that I had that was an appetizer. It's the money bag Thai dumplings, and it was minced pork and shrimp and a fried wonton wrapping. This was a mocktail that I had, a peach margarita, and the restaurant is so new that they don't have their liquor license, but there's a liquor store a block away, and you can buy liquor that's double the price of what you would pay in your regular neighborhood, and you can mix it with the mocktails. Sid decided to have the Thai scallop crudo. The menu says that this has two red peppers, which means that it's spicy. And Sid had it and was drinking water because it was so hot. Then she also ordered the chicken satay with peanut sauce. I didn't try this because I've tried enough chicken satay on my own where I didn't want to try it for myself. But she didn't complain about it, so I'm assuming that it was a good dish. Then I ordered, as you can see right here, is the crab fried rice. It was good, but a little under seasoned. But I probably didn't need that seasoning anyway. Next, I ordered the Kana Moo Crab, and this is crispy pork with broccoli. And if you know me, you know that I don't like broccoli. So let me make a correction. I don't eat American broccoli, but I do eat Chinese broccoli. And as you can see, there's a difference. And this dish was the bomb, and the restaurant and the ambiance was a bomb. So I would give it 7 out of 10 stars. Here is just a little tidbit of things that I wanted to tell you about. As you can see, here's Mama Medea, or Medea's Destination Wedding, that premiered on July 11th on Netflix. I actually watched this. I know that there are a lot of things that are going on about, or scuttlebutt going on around about Tyler Perry. And so if you're not rocking with him, I understand you're not watching it, but you do know what Tyler Perry's movies are like. So it was a typical Tyler Perry movie. I had a few giggles, but it was just okay. It wasn't as bad as Medea Boo or Medea Boo 2. Those, I think, were the worst Medea movies, but it was decent. So then, right here in this video, I was trying to tell you about events that took place 2 weeks ago. So it was just some stuff I was trying to tell you about, but it doesn't matter now at this point. But you can just look at it and see the different things that I was trying to tell you about that were going on around town. Then here's a upcoming event that actually happens today. It's at the City Winery. If you don't have your tickets, then I guess you're going to miss out. So it's the sangria pairing dinner. It looked like it would have been a nice time. And I'm thinking this may get canceled. It was also for today, but if you know, then the weather rained pretty bad today. So I doubt they're going to have a rooftop meditation. And then the last thing I was telling you about were the upcoming events that were coming up for the week of the 11th. But I'll just tell you about the stuff that haven't passed. If you want to, you can pause this video so that you can see what's going on. And you'll see that the Wicker Park Fest takes place on July 25th through the 27th. And the Chinatown Summer Fair is July 26th through the 27th. So if there's something you want to check out, if you heard it from me, please leave comments below and let me know how you enjoyed your time. And that was the video I created for you guys that I could not post. So now, let me tell you what else happened. So last weekend, specifically last Saturday, it was my birthday, y'all. Yay! It's my birthday. I'm a year older and hopefully a year stronger because, like I said, after that surgery, ooh, what is this? What is that? Is that my face? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I have after my surgery, my issues are somewhat resolved, but then I have new issues now. And so I'm just working through that in my recovery process. My doctor said it's going to take about 3 months for me to recover. And it was funny because I felt like a new person, like not right after my surgery. So 3-4 weeks after my surgery, no, I was not feeling it. But when we got into July, I was feeling it. And then I think I was doing too much. And about 2 weeks ago, I started having issues again. So I'm trying to take it slow. The doctor said that I was doing too much. So I'm trying to take it slow. But I couldn't help not go out for my birthday. So my son, in this case, took me out both Saturday and Sunday. So on Saturday, we went to the movies. Now, mind you guys, I haven't been to the movies since Incredibles 2 came out. So it's been a minute for me. So I wasn't aware of all the changes they made. I mean, I guess nobody watches all those robot movies or apocalypse movies where like robots take over because robots have truly taken over all the jobs. So we went to the movies. There's no more ticket takers. I mean, as far as, let me rephrase, no more ticket cashiers. So you don't walk up to a person to actually purchase your ticket. You either buy it online or you can buy it on the kiosk. We still have to go to the kiosk when you go in there. And so when we first got there, we were in one line and I'm like, what are we doing? And my son was like, we got to check in to say that we're here to, get our tickets. And I'm like, get out. There's no more people. And he was like, no, there hasn't been people in a couple of years. And I was like, wow. So then we had to get into another line. And I'm like, what's this for? And he was like, if you want to get some food, you got to order it through this kiosk. I'm like, they like McDonald's now? Because at the McDonald's downtown that's by my job, you got to go to a kiosk to order your food or you do it on the app. And so it's the same thing. And so they no longer have people who take your orders, but there are people to actually give you your orders. So they still have people preparing the food and giving it to you, but there's no more, may I take your order, please? Would you like some popcorn or you want to upgrade and all this other stuff? Nope, it's all a machine. So I was just too through. Did anybody else notice? Has anybody else been to the movies? Because like I said, I hadn't been to the movies since my son said that The Incredibles 2 came out in 2018. So that was the last time I went to the movies. I was like, nowadays everything comes on demand so quickly, or I can rent it or whatever, that I don't need to go to the movies and I feel comfortable at my home. But I will say this. So when we got in there, because of my injuries, I qualify for the disability seats. So my son requested the disability seats. I got into my seat and everything. And oh my God, that aisle is so spacious. Like there aren't seats like right next to you. They have two seats right next to one another. And then it's a big space. Then it's two seats in a big space. And then I think they had this back in 2018 where you can recline and all that stuff. So I love that. They definitely did their thing with that. It made me so comfortable and it makes you feel more at home. So I was cool with that. But I was just surprised that everything is now automated. You they're getting rid of people's jobs. That's another topic, and maybe we could talk about that in one of my other videos. But yeah, they're getting rid of people, and we're being replaced by machines. Okay, so that was on Saturday. And by the way, the movie my son took me to see was Superman, which was the reboot. Um, it wasn't as good as Christopher Reeves playing Superman back in the 70s, because the first one I want to say came out 78, 79, and I was a little girl. but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. It wasn't that bad. I'm going to give it, and you might say I'm harsh, but maybe a 6.5 out of 10. So it there were just some things that I wasn't that particular about, but then there were things that I was like, oh, that was brilliant. I like that they thought about that. So anyway, a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. All right. So the next day, my son and I went to experience a restaurant that I saw on TikTok. So yeah, TikTok is so I am such a TikTok person that they get me every time. And so we went to Tao Chicago, which is at 625, I want to say, South Dearborn. It's in the old Excalibur. Now, I've been to Excalibur before. My job used to have events there every quarter. And so I would go roughly every quarter, and I had a nice time. So the only thing that I saw that still looked the same, of course, is the outside and then the floors. But everything else they redid, in an Asian flair. And it was actually nice. I really like the cherry blossoms. And I got some pictures for you. So get un momento, please. Let me pull it up. Here's my video. And come back here. Da, 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 da. There we go. All right. Looks like we got it now. Okay, so this is me going to. Wait, let's start over. So this is me going to Tao. That's why I decided to wear, because it was a cloudy day and a little cooler than I anticipated. So I couldn't wear the actual dress I wanted to. This is us walking into Tao, and here are the cherry blossoms that I was telling you about. I think they're fake, but it's just, I still love the ambiance of it all. And so as you can see, as soon as you come in after the cherry blossoms, you see, wow, you go down the stairs and there's where everybody sits. Then you turn around, and this is the waiting area where you're waiting for your table. And so they have a dessert table. But me, I don't like to eat desserts before I have my main course. And so that was just wasted on me. So I was just looking at it and I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat that till afterwards. So let me just get more pictures of the ambiance. And as you can see, it's definitely giving girls outing. There are a lot of girls groups there. Here's the ceiling. I just loved how the ceiling was looking. Also, the music was the bomb. They played 90s R&B hip hop the whole time. So I felt like I was back in college and in my 20s. Look at the Buddha there. Okay, so here is what I came for. I don't know what it is with me. I know what it is because the doctor told me I couldn't have bacon. So I decided I'm going to eat the origin of bacon, pork bellies. And so this is me getting an order of crispy pork bellies, which is the same thing that I had at the Thai restaurant. So you see, if I go to an Asian restaurant that serves pork bellies, crispy pork bellies, I'm gonna get it. Okay, we're still looking at the pork bellies, and then I'm gonna show you the next thing that I go to. Okay, so here they have the chicken wing lollipops, and they taste like what is it called? Sesame ginger salad. I mean sesame chicken. And then I get the pork and shrimp shumai. Those were truffles, if you were wondering. And then I wanted to take a look around at the beautiful staircase because, as you can see, they actually have tables out on the staircase for some people. I don't know what you have to do to get those, but they do have them. So then I got all this food and brought it back so my son could eat some, and he's like, he didn't want none of it. Here's another picture of the table and the ambiance of it all. I love how the table and everything look. Like I said, the ambiance was given. I really enjoyed myself as far as that. I love the Buddha. It's very peaceful to look at. And so that was pretty much my um, visit to Thai Chicago. As far as food, so on Sundays, the food, or they have an all you can eat buffet for $65. That 65 wasn't given. No, I'm not paying $65 for that food. And maybe it's because they have it sitting around for too long. And it just didn't taste like food that was worth $65. And even the drinks, my drinks were watered down. I had two drinks and I was not feeling those drinks. And one of the drinks I sent back and reordered the same drink I had before. I also wanted to show you one more thing that was interesting to me, and I just wanted to make you aware of about the billing. So let's share my screen again. Okay, so this is the bill. As you can see, I don't know why it says 85, but it was 65, which is 130. So then their Mai Tais are called Tie Me Up. As you can see, for three of them, it was $54. And then they charged a short surcharge that was 3.5%, which on this bill was $6.44. So I asked them, excuse me. Now, mind you, I wasn't paying. My son was. So I'm looking at the bill, like, excuse me, what is this for? So the waitress says, "Oh, that's because the price of food and transportation of the food and everything has gone up, and so we charge a surcharge for that." And so I said, "Oh," and she said, "We could take it off if you want." Now, mind you, all I said was "ah," and so I said, "Yes, take that off." So that's another reason why I am not feeling Tao Chicago. So my rating for Tao Chicago, ambiance and music and yeah, ambiance and music, 10 out of 10. My rating on drinks and food, a 4. I really didn't enjoy the food. It some stuff was over seasoned, some stuff was under seasoned. So it's like they just couldn't find that right balance. Oh, and some other stuff that I did have that I didn't take pictures of. They had teriyaki chicken. They also had a miso cod. Now, I did enjoy that. That was the only thing I enjoyed. And they had some steamed vegetables, and I had that as well. But like I said, I it wasn't $65 worth of food. If anything, that food should have been no more than 30. $30 for all you can eat. That's what it was given. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the next thing that I found out that was going on. Have you guys heard about how now they want to put warnings on movies? Yes. And I'm not talking about recent movies. Actually, I think it's movies from the 90s and 80s, possibly. And this is only when I believe it comes on stations like that are not Premier Cable. So, like a TNT, a TBS, a Tubi, Pluto. You're going to see a warning when any one of those movies that has sensitive language. And I'm not even talking about cursing. I'm talking about if there's any, let's say, racial jokes. Good example would be if they were showing the Jeffersons on those type of channels. I don't know if you guys remember how George used to be like, "In please," or he may say something about Bentley, being from Britain, or any kind of racial jokes. Basically, nowadays it has a warning that says warning sensitive, dialogue about cultural da 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 da. So my question to you is it that we are so immune to all the things that should shock us? And when I say us, I'm talking about Gen X above, maybe a little few millennials, you know. Are we immune to being offended? And that's why, it doesn't bother us. And, like all the stuff that's happening now, no, the stuff that's happening now is bothering me. But, but I'm just saying, are we immune to seeing that stuff on TV? Or, and let me add that, and we think that the younger generations are weak and need to toughen up. Or is it that we really should have been living in a more PC world, and this kind of talk shouldn't have been accepted? We should have been offended. Like I'll give you an example. Is that my son said that the whole R. Kelly thing, that our generation just accepted it, and like even though it made some noise and everything about him marrying Aaliyah, that should have flagged an investigation. And the fact that it didn't, says something about how we were just so accepting about things. So, is it that our generation is too accepting of things that we shouldn't have accepted, allowing people to talk to us particular ways? Or is it this generation just needs to toughen up? They don't know nothing about having to let yourself in after school and don't let nobody in, no strangers. Although I did. Don't tell nobody. My mama's in the other room. I was having, kids over and we be playing Monopoly or whatever. But shh, don't tell nobody. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Please put it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I don't say that enough. And I need to get my numbers back up because it's been a while since I've talked to you guys. So I'm down to 0. I need you guys to like this video, share this video, talk about this video, comment. Please put something in the comments so that I can tell that you're out there listening. And before I wrap this up, I just wanted to talk about this last thing that I heard about, and I heard it on TikTok. So I don't know how true it is, but I want you guys to tell me your thoughts. So I did see this event, and it was the week of my birthday, actually. So it may have taken place on the 18th or the 19th, which was either Friday or Saturday. And it was called Caviar and Collard Greens was the name of the event. Excuse me, I forgot where it was supposed to be taking place because I really didn't delve into it because I said, oh, well, this isn't for me. So the advertisement said that it was for medical professionals only. And so I took it as that. But I guess the part that I missed is that it was for medical professional men, and the women were paying to see them, is what this person said on TikTok. She said that they were, so basically they set up the party so women could meet a certain type of man. It was almost like if you want to meet your sugar daddy, come to this event. And so I was like, I didn't know that's what that was about. And so she said when she went there were no doctors. She said it was regular Joe Schmoes there, and that it was a scam to get all the women to pay all this money to go to the event. Because I want to say it was $40 per person. So this leads to a topic that I do plan to talk about. Do you think that we Black women have become so desperate that we will go to or participate anything just to find a quote good man? And when I say a good man, I mean somebody who's financially stable or has a little extra cash that he can spend on his woman, that will take you to all the nice and expensive restaurants, that basically will pamper you or treat you like a white woman, because that's what it is. We just want to be treated like the white women are. We want to be pampered. We want to be put on a pedestal. We want our man to pay the bills, and we ain't got to contribute. We don't even have to work if we don't want to. But if we do want to work, we're usually doing the charity stuff. And then you can fly wherever you want to. You have his little kids. Anyway, I want to talk about it with you guys. But have you guys heard about that event? And would you have paid to go to this event prior to me telling you that it was a scam? Please put your comments down below. I want to know, guys. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to have another video. I might invite Sid. I might invite just another boy to get his perspective. Who knows? Let me know, and then I'll let you know when the next video is coming out. Thank you for joining me today. I had so much fun talking to you and telling you about all the things I've been doing basically since or post surgery. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.